Alright, what is up? This is my post-mark. Well, it's not really post-mark. It is the weekend, but I want to like I said, I'm gonna record everything. I don't know if I'm gonna upload this to YouTube or not. I'm gonna try to make this quick, and we'll see if I upload it to YouTube or not. For myself, just to see how my post or this is kind of like post-market, but it is the weekend. So, I mean, I might do this again on Sunday, see if we got any news, but I probably won't take videos of it. This is just to see if my post-market, aftermarket, or after hours review, or not really review. Sorry, I've been looking at reviews and bullshit, so that's in my head. Anyway, so basically, I'm just trying to see if I can get better and how I can make my. I know aftermarket learning and then watching and everything is very, very important. You know, like a lot of people say, get up at fucking 5 in the morning and do all this and this and this, and that's great. I do wake up very early in the morning, but I usually try to go do that to get ready for work and work out and stuff like that. I don't want to wake up at 5 in the morning and do nothing except for stacks. So I feel like if I stay up late enough, or if I do a good enough aftermarket and look at everything I need, then I won't have to wake up as early. That's just my way of looking at it. Maybe I will start waking up earlier and look at them. But anyway, so I got Twitter, StockTwits, FinViz, and Yahoo Finance. I also do have the Trade Ideas platform, but the only problem with Trade Ideas right now is, well, actually, I could probably do this. They don't really have anything until you start at the, like, if it's post-market, that's great, but if you're at the weekend, they kind of like go away, the post-markets. But maybe I can do after hours and then set this. Let's see if this will work. Try to do this real quick. Sorry, I know I'm unprepared. Post-market. Okay. So I'm gonna configure time frame. See, this is what, like, use historical date, like that. I don't. That's the thing. Okay, so Friday. I wouldn't say. I would say. The mark. What does it go off of me? So the stock market closes for me at 2:30 or 2 o'clock. So. Okay, so it's only got two things: history, time frame. Yeah, it doesn't really. Wait, what day was it? Cancel. I know I am a terrible person. 7/6, was it 6? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So yeah, they don't really have much unless if you go to the history, you do the time frame. The time frame is the 6th, starting at. See, I don't know if it does. How does it do 2 o'clock to me, or does it do 4? That's the thing. Let me try this again. This historical date. Let's see if we do it at 4. If it shows up with more. Okay, so 4 works. You know what? Hell, we'll do 5. 5 o'clock, because that's we'll even get more. So, well, yeah, whatever. So we're just gonna use one of these things. I know I'm kind of all over the place. Okay, so let's do this. I did BBOX. I lost some money and made some money on Friday. You could see I got a lot of freaking things going on here. So bam, 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 it went up pretty good. It doesn't have any news right now. BlackBuck shares now trading up 100%. You know, I was on that on Thursday. I wish I would have stayed, but anyway, let's do a. So right here is a good support for it at 225. I know I've already recently done the float. I think the float's 14 million. Let's look. I'm not sure. Shares 15 million. Okay, so I'm not sure if it's their outstanding share. It probably is. So, anyway, so they got a 14 million float. Float 14 million. And yeah, that's not that bad. So maybe we can get some good news going on them. We could do better. but as we see, we're gonna kind of have to block this out and see. Anyway, so that's 225 is definitely a resistance point for them. 225 resistant. I'm writing this down. That's why I'm talking to myself. And boom, 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 boom. We kind of finished the day off here at 203. Let's do this. Oh, and I figured out a new way to do this. Okay, so bam. 203 we kind of finished off, so let's see what happens at 203. But yeah, definitely resistant at 225. Support, maybe 205 is a good support. I don't really see much of a support. I kind of, if it happened a little bit longer, it probably would have hit here at this 211, 210. I don't want to say that's a good support for it, but I mean, it kind of seems like it would be good support. This is a little bit of a stronger support, but definitely 203 is also would probably be 202 to 203. I mean, there's some type of support here at, what is this, 213? You know, bounce 1, 2, 3, kind of. Well, it hit off, kind of went down below it for a little bit, came up. Here's support, bounced off support, bounced off support. So, yeah, 213 is somewhat of a support. I wouldn't say a strong support. I'm going to put weak support at, what was it, 203. Just to see if it goes below that. I need to be careful when I look at that on pre-market. I'm going to start playing pre-market a little bit. I'm going to see if it works out for me. Just small, like really small share size, nothing crazy. I just want to see if it works out for me. I've been noticing the pre-market is doing pretty well. So I'm going to try to see if I can, you know, watch it and maybe it'll bounce off this support. You know, just watch what happens. Definitely use the indicators as a good support as well if I have to. It's above VWAP at this time, so you know it's a good bullish move as we can tell already. It's above VWAP, so yeah, there's that. A&W had a pretty good run, and I wish I was watching them, but I wasn't, so that's my fault. But yeah, also let's do this real quick. Kind of just made me think. Yeah. So the reason why I have these up in the first place is because even if we do the 180-day analysis, I mean, it was pretty good. It just went down because I think they were going to go broke or something, or they had a lawsuit. What was it? They were like, there was something going on with them. Wait, what day was this? This was the 7-3. I don't know. They just had some nothing really crazy turns. U.S. stock turns negative, turned negative, and its life science share spike higher. Huh. Just bad news somehow. It's kind of got up there again. I really wish I would have been here for this drop. I just didn't know. I actually was on it, and it just is what it is. So definitely support here, or resistance here, 225. We could break that. We're definitely looking at 240 would probably be the next one, maybe 230. But I would definitely think about 240 would be the next one up. So the next resistance for the long time chart, resistance, definitely 240. I would be looking at 240. And just look for 225 natural resistance on the way up anyway. A&W. If we look at this at the 180-day analysis, we can definitely tell that there's some type of U-shape forming up right here. Like you can obviously see that, but it dropped down really, really hard on the 4th. So let's see, on the 4th, was it 7-4 or was it 6-4? 6-4. So provides update on financial reporting. So it probably had bad support, I guess, or earnings call or something maybe. Financial reporting, internal, blah, 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 focus. So it's definitely been going up. I wish I could have seen that one too at 0.6. But it has a big float. I know that. But it's definitely could be another runner. I mean, it kind of went up and it kind of went back down. So if we look here at the 1 day, 3 minute, yeah, you can definitely tell it had a huge gap. I mean, that thing ran hard. there was barely any red, any pull downs. I mean, it pulled down, went straight up. I mean, that is a big gain right there. Honestly, fucking 27%, 30%. Like, that's some good shit. But yeah. So I would probably be saying that a good support for at least the aftermarket. Yeah, there's no volume that went on here. But yeah, 200 day, I would definitely use that as some sort of support. But there's obviously support here at 190, 193. I mean resistance. So I would definitely keep an eye on this. I just maybe for another runner, just because it definitely looks like a pretty good U right now. Let's go to the 180. Definitely can see. I mean, it could definitely get up here at around 315, and that's pretty good. Not saying it's gonna happen. There would definitely be a lot of resistance on the way up there, but we can just keep an eye on it. Maybe we get some good news. Keep eye on. I mean, I really don't know. This just has a large float. It's not the huge. It's pretty big. I like trading small float and high volume. Just does have pretty good volume, so we could see it definitely run up. If it went from $2, if it passes $2, I'll probably look at it for sure and see if we can run up. This BBOX, I looked at it at $2 and it hit $2. As you can see, I actually bought it at 185. My other previous videos I showed that. So yeah, definitely A&W. Could definitely gap up pretty good. We'll look at the pre-market on Monday, and we'll just keep an eye on the pre-market, and we'll see what happens, and hopefully it goes up. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to start trying to play the pre-market a little bit better than I am now. First of all, I have to go to work at some point, so hopefully we'll see what happens. Alright, so now I am on Finviz, and LFIN, I know everybody probably knows. If you've traded at all for the next 2 months, you know about LFIN. I mean, look at this. It happens all the time. Look at this. First of all, this was a while back ago. This was in December. I wish I could have been on it. This thing went from $3 or something like that to $142 in one day. I mean, that's just so crazy. Like, what the fuck? And I wish I was on that. Put 1,000 shares on there, be 142,000. Like, you can't beat that. So anyway, but yeah, if anybody knows anything, you know that they're definitely got in trouble. They went up, and they definitely are just a fucking terrible company. Definitely just a super pump and dump. I mean, there's no way. Sketchy ass business, and they're trying to $1 billion, but whatever. I listened to it. It was crazy. They had the SEC was on their ass, just torturing them. But definitely, I mean, it doesn't matter. It's another runner-up. People want it to gap up. If it's a pump and up, it's a pump and up. You can't get mad about it. So, I don't know what's happening with them exactly. I haven't really paid much attention to them. But as you see, I mean, they go down and they go right back up. I mean, look at that. $8. Go down, go right back up. Go down, go back up. I mean, history repeats itself, right? Not saying it's going to jump up to $100, but you never know. But, I mean, look at this gap up. Bam. So, LFIN definitely gapped up 28%. I'll just keep an eye on them. It doesn't have much. It has a lot of volume, actually. Just maybe not liquidity. I don't know why. I don't know. Anyway, so we'll just keep an eye on it. I'm not really worried about FIN. IHT. Yeah, I'm not really too big on this kind of shit. Yeah, I mean, if we get some news, I mean, it definitely could gap up. I mean, it did it from 165 up, so it definitely was a runner. I mean, look at this thing. Went from that day to this day. It was probably pretty big. Let's look. Yeah, I can't tell, fuckers. Well, whatever. Who knows? Well, whatever. It was probably like 100%. It looks like about 100%. So, I mean, we could definitely look into them. Investor close, in-funds declared, depends. Okay, so we can definitely look at them. It definitely has some type of resistance right here. So, I mean, that's pretty good. And we could definitely get it back up there. That would be pretty cool. could just watch, keep an eye on this one. This definitely resistance already right here, actually exactly where this is at. So we could definitely just watch them. Hopefully we can get up here. I'm not gonna sit here and spend too much time on them just because I just don't really like how they don't really have much volume and everything. But they do have an average volume of 100,000 and their float is 2 million. So I mean that's good. 2 million, 232 million float. So I'll definitely keep an eye on them actually. They don't have good volume though. They got average volume of 132,000. So that's not good volume. But they have a range of 123 to 370 and 52-week lows and highs, so that's pretty good. They're in debt though. So just keep an eye on them really. That's what I'm going to do. Just keep an eye on them. Like I said, this is the best freaking aftermarket ever. ATOS, I was looking at ATOS. I think they actually have, I was up till 7 in the morning last night studying stuff. I wanted to see how earnings works for people. So I took notes of all these earnings. I took notes their earnings after their before the bell, what their float is, their 52-week range, their market cap, and the price of them, of course, and their volume, and then what their gross income was, if they're in debt or not. So I took a lot of them. Then on Tuesday, let's see, Acres on there, IMNP, LEDS, AXON, ONCS, Craig, TNTR, and QTM. So I guess Atos is not on there, but I am going to keep an eye on LEDS and Acre. For sure, I am going to keep a big eye on LEDS and Acre because if they have some good earnings, especially AKER, that was how I made my first $200, was AKER basically. They went up, shot up. So if they have some good earnings, they're only 37 cents right now. They could definitely get up there. I mean, if they have some good earnings on Tuesday, and I'm gonna look at them. I'm gonna keep an eye on them tomorrow because I believe AKER. I could just go back and look at my notes, but I'm just gonna. I got this in front of me. AKER has. Oh, it does have a big float. Big float. And their float is 82 million. I don't know why I talk like that. It's stupid. So, but they have a big range of 12 cents to $1.82. So we'll just keep an eye on them for sure. They have a pretty big volume, large volume. Well, it's not huge, but 5.61 million as their average volume. So you can't be mad about that. Average volume is 5.61 million. So I'm definitely going to keep Acre tomorrow and on Monday. I want to see, I'm kind of just doing a test right now of seeing what, what earnings calls does, even though I'm probably not going to trade half the ones that I'm taking notes on, like large cap ones, some of them are $60, $80. I'm not going to probably mess with those, but at least I can be like, okay, well, they have this and this, and now the earnings call, and look at them now, So AKER as well as that one. AKERC, you can see definitely could run up. I mean, I could buy so many shares of this thing, and if that thing even ran up a couple cents, I'd be fine. So definitely going to keep an eye on them tomorrow, or sorry, Monday, Sunday right now. LEDS, even though I think LEDS is the one with the extremely low float. I have a lot of notes. Like, that's all I do is notes. LEDS has extremely low float. Yeah, 500,000 float. Honestly, 500,000 float. You cannot be mad at 500,000 float. 500,000 float is pretty low. I mean, you can't get too much lower than that without, like, I don't even know. You can't get much lower than that. So LEDS could definitely run up. It has alright volume, but I don't like how you can't see. I'm pointing at the screen. I don't like how it does this. I think it means like really bad liquidity or just volume is just not there, and volatility, it just ugh. So it has 500,000 float, which is pretty good, honestly. So they have quarters earnings coming up. I have a lot of notes on that. I'm not going to go through that right now. So LEDS is definitely on my list. I can't really do a good I can't analyze them that good right now because they just don't have much. But I mean, I can go on the 1 hour chart, I guess. It did hit 5 minutes, not two or $5 a couple of days ago. So and then it jumped back up to 450. So yeah, definitely earnings call. I think that's when it probably came out. Everybody was happy about it. So definitely earnings call. Definitely keep an eye on LEDS earnings. And I kind of want to see what the earnings does before and after the earnings call, because people get with, oh yeah, there's earnings call on Tuesday, before or after the bell. So LEDS, they kind of start going through them. Okay, well they've been doing pretty good. They're in debt or whatever, but they're getting out of debt or stuff like that. So maybe people start getting hyped up. They start swing trading, think it's going to go up, and they start getting into it, and that might change the 420 to $5 like that. I don't know. So we'll keep an eye on that for sure. So yeah, definitely keep an eye on LEDS and AKER. I have a bunch of notes. I'm not going to go through that right now. So ATOS. I like ATOS. I think it's not the best, but as you can tell, they spike up, go down, spike up, go down. So definitely keep an eye on this. Right now they're kind of just, but they look at it, they gapped up out of nowhere, right? So we kind of keep an eye on the ATOS. Am I gonna sit here and just, I don't know. BBOX is really who I want. BBOX and LEDS is, I think, very important right now. But yeah, ATOS is good because their shares, they have a very small float of 2.46 million. So that's pretty good. Their average volume is decent. It is 308,000. Not bad. I mean, it's not great, but it's not bad. They can have a good runner up because they're very small market cap. So yeah, AKER, I'm definitely going to keep an eye on. LEDS, ATOS, A&W definitely too as well. And BBOX, IHT, I'm not really worried. A&W and IHT is kind of like, we'll just look at them, because they're kind of gapping up, and IHT will just keep an eye. I'm not worried about IHT. So yeah, that's kind of it. I mean, there's more, but I'm not gonna. It's already a long ass video, so. But yeah, I don't wanna. I'm trying to. There's a couple things I'm trying to do. Number one thing is stop looking at so many. Try to look at so many stocks at one time. Like, yeah, I have 4 here. That's great, but I'm sitting here with my scanners. I see, oh, this is going up. Boom. And instead of looking at it, like, that's messing me up. Like BBOX and A&W, I was watching them, but then RGSE came in, and I was like, oh, RGSE, and I jumped onto them, and I stopped watching A&W, and I stopped watching BBOX, which both ran up pretty good that day. So it's kind of like, and then not even that. Like, even with RGSE, I would sit down here, I'd go, oh, this is going up, oh, this is going, like, really, really fast. And like, it just is not good to do. I know that. Like, I don't have a million screens to look at 12 different ones at once, so I need to stop doing that. Another thing is I need to learn more of my edge, my strategy. I feel like I know support resistance very well, but I'm not using them to my advantage. I need to understand how it works and just look at it. I need screen time 100%. I know this. So I am going to get better at that. But one thing I want to try is pre-markets. I want to hit off pre-markets better, whether that be, there's that breakouts, or whether that be red to green moves, just watching supports and resistance. I'll find out. different patterns I need to watch for, but right now I need to focus on one move and only one move. So I'm gonna try the pre-market right now, and then of course after pre-market, I also, even though that's like my main goal, after pre-markets I'm obviously gonna look for resistance plays and breaking resistance and things like that, high volume low floats right now. So that is it for that right now. This is my number one goal. I'm gonna do this. Even if I have to go to a prop firm and figure it out. I don't know what 100% want to do, but this is what I want to do, and I'm going to study my ass off. Last night I was up till 8 in the morning, 7 in the morning, just doing this, and then I wake up, I go downstairs for a couple minutes, and now this is what I'm doing again. So this is what I want to do, and I'm going to stay motivated. That's the thing. Stay motivated, keep watching markets. So even after I get off of this, I'm going to be on Twitter, I'm going to be on Stock Trader, or StockTwits and Yahoo Finance, I can't speak right now, to figure out what's going on. This is just really fast. I know it's taking forever, I'm sorry. Alright, that's it. That's it for my shit, and peace out. Future Kirkland, this wasn't the best. I just want to let you know now, Future Kirkland, Future the Army Trader, that this isn't the best post-market you've ever done. You already know this. This isn't the best post-market I've ever done. I've done a lot better than this, but this is decent, and this is just really fast, and I'm whatever. All right. Talking for everybody.